I have another Valorant question from somebody. Um, what are your thoughts on the other game modes besides Deathmatch Unrated and Comp, honestly? Um, I'm gonna come back to Deathmatch. Sometime I'm gonna make a separate video over that. Let's talk about Replication, for example. Because that's in the queue cycle right now. Replication is very interesting. In case you don't know what that is, that's where every player votes for an agent. So you go to lock in agents and you vote for an agent, and then it scrolls down and randomly chooses one of those agents, and everybody on your team becomes that agent. So you can have like 5 Yorus or 5 ciphers on a team and you're all playing that, and the same thing for the opposite team they pick, and so it's quite interesting actually. And then I actually find it somewhat fun, except for when there's just teams of flashes. Mainly, what I find interesting on that, it really sets apart people's skill with an agent. It's no longer about gunplay like deathmatch and escalation and stuff are. It's more about abilities. How well can you use abilities compared to the opponents, compared to your teammates? Can your teammates with the same agent set you up for success each round using the same agent? A lot of times you don't get that the greatest, but sometimes it creates good interesting scenarios. I think Replication is actually a pretty good game mode. It's fun every now and then, and it gets me a break from things like Spike Rush. Spike Rush is just I'll talk about that. I think that's gonna be the next one I'm gonna talk about. But Replication pretty fun actually. But yeah, it really shows some skill on the Valorant player base, as far as agents, who's really good with what agent and stuff. And also, if it goes to an agent that you're not good with, can you learn and adapt with the team on that? That also gives you an experience with that. So that's Replication. Spike Rush, I kind of like. I also kind of don't like Spike Rush. It is mostly a rushing strategy. Even I do that a lot sometimes. Probably overconfidence on that, but because you are selected one gun every round and everybody uses that gun, I think one, it makes it a fair advantage, which sometimes I've learned personally for me. Sometimes I'm better when the weapon choices are at a disadvantage, when the matchups are at a disadvantage. Like if I'm, and that way I can catch people off guard, or I can apply my skill on the opponent. But it's really interesting, gives you an edge over the gameplay, and it really gets you familiar with the weapons on there. Now, what I don't really like about Spike Rush, one, now actually let's take back that statement right now so I can say something before I forget it. I do encourage you to go try duelist in that. I mean, I've seen so many Spike Rushes where it's like 5 duelist teams. I don't really care about composition in Spike Rush. It's just a fun game mode. Duelist, that's usually where I play a lot of Rays. I don't really play a lot of Rays anymore. I used to way back in the day. But that's where I play a lot of my Rays in there. So we have that. So I do encourage you go try to go duelist or somebody, and really express yourself in there. It really gets you familiar with some of the different guns that you can use in there. Everyone. What I don't really like is just the randomness in there. Spike Rush loves to give us snipers and shotguns a lot. I cannot play a single game of Spike Rush without having one of those as the option. Shorty or Marshall, which Shorty just sucks unless in that very, very tiny niche. That should not be in like battle royale style. It's almost kind of like what that is, ish, ish. What Spike Rush is, but with everybody using the same gun. And I can't use the Marshall worth crap. Yeah, you give me a sniper, I'm probably not gonna pop off with that. If you give me a guardian or a bulldog, those are my ideas of a sniper rifle. I can use those like a sniper, but I can't use actual snipers. But it's just the randomness of that. I mean, I could probably randomly select a number better than the algorithm can give us a good gun and random weapons each time. Like, it seems like it's like in the same category each time. So I don't know what's up with that. Not really much to complain about that. What's the other one? Escalation. Escalation. Um, it's basically gun game in Valorant. I'm not going to talk much about that. You know what that is. You've seen gun game before. Everybody runs with the same gun. You get a kill, you get a gun upgrade, and then you continue on until the final round, where in this case the final round for everyone is a knife. There's been a lot of times where I've been just stuck at, let's say, a stinger while the other person's has like a shotgun or something, is the next 2 levels up. But however, those mismatches can actually help you level up sometime. Don't forget about that. So yeah, that's all I have to say about that. I also must say I'm hard stuck bronze. Please help. That's a joke. I know what I need to do to help fix that. I'll try to get silver or gold next act. Let's hope. So there's that. I hope I provided some information and asked your question. I'm not going to say who asked this question because the person would like their identity kept a secret. So yes, I will do that. If you have any Valorant questions for me, leave that in the comment section down below. I'm Hectic. See you guys in the next one.